So at the moment, when we have a keyword down, we look for, in fact, let's change this to search text. It's a lot better. So when we press a key down, we run this function here that we've just created, and what it will do is it will take the value of the or the HTML output from search.inc.php and put it into the results div. So we can simply test this just by going into search.inc.php and echoing something out. So let's give it a test. Let's run on our page. Okay, so hopefully when I type a key down, we should have the value something read back to us into that results div. So let's test it. Okay, it's not working. Oh yes, it is. Okay, it's working. So when we press, let's refresh the page and we'll just test that again. So when we click in here and type something, we're now loading the data from this search.inc.php. Okay, so we've done everything we need to with regards to this for now. We're going to come back to it a bit later, because what we need to do is we need to be sending the value that's currently in the text box, in the search.text here. We need to be sending this consistently every time we type to this search.inc.php. So first of all, we're gonna write some code inside search.inc.php, and what we're going to do is we're basically going to return to the user what they're already typing. So we're going to test out every time they press a key. We're going to repeat it back to them inside this div, much the same as when we did echo something. So this is pretty simple. We just need to come down here and we need to say if is set $_get, and we're going to call this we'll call this search_text. So if this is set, we want to say search text equals $_get search text. So let's echo that out. Now on its own, if we were to access this search.inc.php file, let's just do that now. So search.inc.php. Okay, so we've entered this file. There's nothing come up at the moment, but now if we specify in here search text equals, let's say, Alex, you'll see that that's written back to us on the page. So what's going to happen is every time the user enters a character, this URL is going to be accessed, but via Ajax, and we're going to put the value into it. So let's say the user types an A. The first round, the page will be submitted like this. Then it will be submitted like this. Then it will be submitted like this. And then lastly it will be submitted like this. So that's what's going to happen every time we press a key on our keyboard. So let's go back to index.php. Okay, so now what we want to do in here is we want to oh no, we've done this now, so we're echoing each value that we're grabbing from this search text. Now what we need to do in here is we need to dynamically update this to be sent through to our PHP file, search.inc.php. So what we need to do is on here specify search_text equals something. So now we're now going to have a plus, so we're going to append on something from our page. Now what we want to append on from our page is the current value inside this text field. So let's go ahead and type document dot, and we're referencing it from our form. So our form's called search dot, and then it's search_text, so search_text, and then we say dot value. So what we're doing now is every time we on key down, we're running this function, but now what we're doing is we're accessing search.inc.php, search_text equals, and the current value that's typed in. So now what should happen is we're returning in results every time we press a key the current value of the text field. So basically, like I said before, we're repeating this to the user. So let's go back to our page and test this out. I'm going to start to type my name. Okay. Right, okay, so this is what I wanted to happen. We have a problem here where we're only echoing out the three characters. So why is this? Well, let's return back to our page and think about this carefully. On key down equals find match. What we actually want, let's come and refresh again to make sure this is correct. Don't want to yeah, okay. So on key down, instead we want on key up, because when the key is up, we want to be repeating this value, so ALEX. Okay, so you can see that now we're deleting it, rewriting it in. I can type anything I want in here, so anything I type in here is just going to be simply repeated. So you can see how we can use this to our advantage, because now what we can do inside search.inc.php is we can create a structured query that will search the database for the current value being typed in here, and that's going to do a query for every time we enter a key. So it is going to significantly slow down our web page, or our server load is going to be quite increased, if you like, but I'll give you a couple of tips on how to increase the how to stop this inside search.inc.php. So we're going to be connecting to our database. So again, what's going to happen is the value is going to be, well, everything in this page is going to be completely repetitively accessed. So we're connecting inside here to our database. So we're just constantly connecting and everything like that. So we'll go ahead and do it anyway, because this is just for the purposes of the tutorial. The main goal is to get this to work first of all, and then obviously the research comes later on how to speed up your code. So let's just quickly connect to our MySQL server. We need 3 properties. If you don't already know how to do this, there's another tutorial on it, so go back and watch that. I have created a tutorial on connecting to databases, etc, etc. So I should have probably mentioned it at the start, but you should be comfortable with databases before attempting this tutorial. So let's go connect to localhost. My username is root, and I don't actually have a password, so we're not going to bother with any error messages right now, but you could probably put some validation in here. In fact, let's do this. So if MySQL connect, then we come down here. So if this connection is successful, basically, let's put an @ sign there so we don't get any errors returned if it's not successful. Then we want to say if MySQL select DB. Our database, if you remember, let's just go back to our PHP is called Ajax, so put the database name that you're using in there. So if that's connected, then we do something here. So we've connected to our database. Let's go and grab this and put this at the top of the page. So we're grabbing, the first thing we're doing is we're grabbing the search text that's being typed, and then what we're doing is we're putting it into a variable called search_text.